Well, this says it's live. Now, the question is, how do I know that? Where do I see this? Will chat be involved? I don't know. I've made a heck of a commitment by pushing go on this, and I don't think there's any way I could have properly prepared, because here's the deal. This is a 360-degree video, which means that in theory you should be able to spin this around and all that stuff, and I'm going to try and find it. Also, this is going to be a very informal broadcast. This is not a structured tutorial of, like, you know, how I do things. However, I'd really like to get just to my channel, please. I'm going to go over some stuff that is, I don't know, maybe it's interesting, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wasting everyone's time. Look, I've just been saying I want to do this for a really long time, so now I'm doing it. Geez Louise, could I please just get to the live broadcast? I don't want to go to the live dashboard because it's showing me not this. So, oh boy, what is happening here? I don't know why I'm having such a hard time just getting to, because I know there's a link and I know it's supposed to be doing something somewhere. There it is, how I get ready for shows. 2 watching, excellent. Let me be one of them. All right, there's me, and there's a chat. So I guess I can do it. Now, the resolution on this is going to be poor because this is a, you know, not a very expensive 360-degree camera. I'm going to go close those windows now because that light's no good. Now I'm going to have more light on as I plug these in. So what we're going to do, here's what I'm after. And if you're watching, say something in the chat. How do I share this? Hold on, let me see if I can share this. Share to Facebook, that's what I'm going to do. And you're watching me do all this. If you turn around and you can see the screen. So I'm just going to go to Facebook and say streaming a live, I don't know, demo of how I set up my broadcast for virtual reality. All in stunning 360 degrees. I don't know how to make the degree symbol. Okay, almost 360. Oh yeah, got to paste it and see the preview. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Do you? I don't. All right, let's go back to this page. Kathy, you're watching. Excellent. All right, so this is my studio, and you can look all around and see the entire thing. And the way that I do my shows is I have this desk over here that I move, and I'm gonna walk through that whole thing. Because here's what I want to do. I'm going to set up to broadcast in VR, virtual reality, and then I'm going to start another stream on my, I guess, the correct channel, or wherever it's supposed to go, wherever I normally do. And then I'm going to go live and fly through. I want to do a Google Earth thing. I'm going to go to a specific place. Okay, so there's a lot of setup to make that happen, and it uses 2 different computers, and of course I have to move my studio around and get all set up with VR and stuff like that. So it's a little complicated, which I thought, well, that'll be fun. Why don't I just get on and just do a 360-degree walkthrough and see if anybody cares or follows it. Again, for me, it's just like watching the replay and going, okay, that worked or whatever, so now I know. That's it. So I will occasionally, if you happen to be watching this, pop over and look at the chat and see if you're communicating. This is very different than I normally do it. It's going to a different place, and I'm not real sure how this is going to work. But so the first thing I'm going to do is just get the studio set up, and I'll just kind of talk you through what I'm doing here. And I hope the sound is okay. So obviously here you can see the green screen. I'm going to wait to turn on these lights. I'm going to move my desk over, and it just slides over. And this is the desk that has, you know, my laptop, the camera, my monitors, you know, everything I need to do the show. And I just slide it here. Move these lights. It only takes me a minute to get it done. Now this is going to be jarring, I'm sure, with the lights. I'm going to move the camera. I'm going to move you, I guess, here. This will be an interesting view. I don't know how much you can see of the, I'm going to look and see. You can't really see what's happening on the laptop. I can look around and see what you see. So that's an interesting view. let's go with this, okay? Hey, Sarah. So the first thing I'm going to do, well, you know what? I got to move this a little bit so you can. I want you to be able to see the screen to some extent. So let's try that. Let's see how you can see the screen. All right, you can see it now. All right, so this is the program that I use to broadcast. It's called Vmix. For VR, I think I have a certain preset that is everything's scaled down a little bit, so it uses less memory. The way this works is the VR is set up. I should have done that first. The VR is set up over here and on one computer, and then that whole signal is sent through the network to this computer. So the same computer isn't doing VR and the broadcast and everything else at the same time. So I'm just going to find, I know I've got one called VR Bob Doyle Show 1. Sure, we'll go with that. Oops, I have to push a button first. All right, so one more time. Oh, Quick VR, there we go. I knew there was one that was, I thought there was. So Quick VR, hopefully this is perfect for our purposes. All right, so if you look at the screen there, you can see what's kind of loading up there. I don't know, well, where is it? There, okay. I don't know, what don't I know? So this keyboard here, if you could look down, oh, that's where pushing these buttons triggers off things like sound effects and the crowd and stuff like that. Although with this particular setup, I've taken a lot of that stuff out. So I see Cheryl commenting over on Facebook, but this is over on YouTube, so you have to go over to YouTube and comment, along with Cheryl and Sarah, Kathy and Sarah, who aren't saying anything right now. All right, so, but really what I'm going to show here is just the output of the VR, although normally I do have it set up where I superimpose myself over the this is going to be a little tedious because I'm realizing I have to do a little something special. So I guess it doesn't matter the order I do. Well, yes, it does. I have to go over here and start the whole VR setup so that a signal will be sent so that then I can set up how I'm going to do this show over here. So I was hoping that a little bit more of this would be prepared, but I realized this Quick VR is super quick and it's for a different setup when the camera is facing out to the room and you're seeing me do it this way. This way I'm going to be sitting here at the desk superimposed and all that. So really, now that I'm thinking about it that way, I think I need to load up the other one I was going to do, the Bob Doyle VR Bob Doyle Show 1, and see if that, I think I'm going to have to do it that way. Otherwise it's just going to be, I'm going to have to rebuild too much. Alright, so over here I have to set up a couple of programs so that the signal gets sent down the line. I'm going to see what you can see over there of that. Alright, well I'm just going to go here and run a program. This, not that you need to know this, but this program is called, wait a minute. No, that's not the one I want. Oh, yes it is. Okay. Sorry guys. Alright, so this program here, basically it's this little tiny program, and all it's doing is sending the desktop of this computer over the network so it can be picked up over there. So that's the first thing I have to do, and then I have to run another program that sets up what's called NDI, Network Display Interface, I can't remember. Anyway, and what this does is it allows me now to send the sound of this, and the video if I wanted, of this VR headset also down the network so that I can show that. So you can see if you look on this screen, if I move all this, sorry. This is my webcam here, which is normally facing out to the room so that it can overlay me playing or whatever on top of the, and then this is the camera of the HTC Vive, so where it looks it sees, but I normally don't send that down. One thing I also have to do normally here is set up the audio so that you'll hear, although I don't really need to do that with this because, well, sorry, I'm thinking out loud here. I don't really need to do this because I'm going to be talking through a microphone, this microphone, and not this headset, and so that's not necessary. So the next thing I need to do I even need this then? I don't even know that I need this at this point, but it doesn't matter, I'll just minimize it for now. So now the next thing I got to do is make sure my volume is up over here so that it will send the sound of Google Earth or whatever else is playing on the computer down. And I have to check all that. So the next step here, oh, now I can't see any of your comments. Let me fire up a browser over here. Now I have to go through that whole trying to find you again thing. I just want to get to the front page, the front page, the front page. Just want to get to the front page so we can get this going. Why is it taking so long now? There it is. How I get ready for shows for watching now. So come on now, let's say hello. That would be nice. Loading, loading. Just want to make sure. All right. I'm going to move this around and just see. Look, see how it works? I'm dragging. I'm just clicking and dragging on the picture. How fun. All right. Where am I? Okay, so now I have to go over onto this program here and find, set up this video source. Now I'm hoping that with this version of the program, I've got, what is going on? Okay, well, this setup is not as well organized as I was hoping and thought. So I need to go down and find, wow, how did this happen? How is this VR Bob Doyle Show 1 with that kind of setup? I'm thinking this through in real time. Like, that should not be how it is. So I'm gonna go down to VR Bob Doyle Show, just the regular one, and load that and see if that's better. Because I know I have one that's set up for this where it's quite easy. I know Quick VR. Probably should have just done that, but no, it's still looking pretty weird. Why? All right, well, let's just see. Okay, this clearly isn't, this is very strange. I'm not going to let it fluster me. So, you know what, I'm just going to go back. Wow. Where's just the Bob Doyle Show, like a much older one? New BDS in progress. All right, we're going to try this one. Now this one, I think it's just going to be very CPU intensive, but we'll see. I love it when this happens. This is not what now see, now how come I don't see live comments on this page that I'm looking at? Over here on YouTube. Oh, there it is. It's down there. Okay. Okay, so Sarah's driving. Well, Steve, you have to, it's a 360-degree video. You have to spin it with your mouse. That's the whole idea, is it's like you can look all around the room. Okay, so there's, now, all right, this is more like it. Oh, now I have to run the program I have to run, which means I now have to go in for a sec so that I can, this turns it on. Take a second. So I'm going to run Google Earth so I can get a signal so I can then bring it up over here. Boy, the CPU is up at 94%, 98%, and I haven't even, now wait, now I'm hearing this being played over here. All right, doesn't matter. So let me just launch Google Earth. It's sitting right there waiting for me. Now, it's sketchy doing VR with this setup because these umbrellas and stuff, they mess up the signal. I'm going to come over here and turn off the playback of the live stream because it's going to come through. Don't need any of this open. I definitely don't want this running. All right. So now I go over here. Boy, I need my glasses back on big time. VR, Google Earth. All right, so now I need to, yeah. Okay, hold on a second. I need to get this. I'm flying blind here. I'm just gonna load, if I can get this to point, see, I don't know what I'm doing because I can't see. If you look on the laptop, you can kind of see what's going on. Let's see. Oh boy, the lights and everything are really whack because of this. All right, so now I've got a signal coming through. And now, let me just think for a moment how I did this. So, it's been a while, obviously. So to get me over there, I thought I had this all automated. I guess I'm just going to have to manually do it, but man, that's just, why is this all of a sudden seeming so complex? Alright, so we've got the audio. I guess we have the audio because I see the meters jumping. See, this is why, like, sometimes it's like, I want to do a broadcast, but it's like, but I got to do all this first. The keyboard it triggers my effects and the animations. I don't know if it's set up for this one yet. Well, all of my sound effects, music, switching scenes, all of that stuff is triggered via MIDI, and that's something that is set up in Vmix. So it actually learns each of the MIDI notes so that you can program it to do whatever. Okay, Bob, think. Why am I having such a hard time on this? I guess I'm just gonna create a whole new shot because I'm boggling my mind trying to find one. So if you watch the screen, you can see what I do here. Actually, I'm going to start from scratch. I cannot see without these. So I'm going to create just a transparent scene. I know you guys don't need to know any of this stuff. And then I'm going to layer the various elements on it. So the background will be this feed from the computer, from VR. And I want to mess with the size so it's more, ooh, wait a minute, that's not right. That's not what I want. Why am I? Okay, so wait. Now I'm really confused. Because maybe I am set up more than I thought. So let me reset this. Right, I need to, okay. I know this is just, what are you doing? Anyway, there's that. I need to just go back to the source, which is here. Why? No, which is here. And blow that up. What is, oh my God. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. So what I'm trying to do is build this scene where I'm, superimposed on it, like I just had. This is just so not right. I swear to God, something has broken in my brain. I do this a lot quicker normally, but right now it's just like, duh, what computer, huh? So I have to get a hold of myself here and figure out what is happening. First of all, we need to make this much bigger. That's there, and that made all the difference, Bob. Just do it how you're supposed to. Now, how did I get me on there? Because I did that a second ago. I mean, I know how I did it, but let me compare what you're seeing on the screen to what I see in here, which is nothing right now. Come on. All right. Good enough. So I can do, this is a hack. If I guess I just won't do the whole big Bob Doyle show thing. I'm just going to go live just like this with me in the corner, although we need to up the gain on the camera a little bit. we go. Because you can't hardly see me. So maybe if I, sorry, I'm still trying to, I still want to make this kind of work. So that is, yeah, key, right? So I can go here and then click, no, I don't want that. That's cumbersome. That's really cumbersome. I don't like it. I want it to be smoother than that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it'll work. It'll work. So now, the problem is I want to add the layer of Streamlabs on there. I just won't. But that's the thing with the tip jar and all that stuff. I just won't do that because I think, you know, I'm already pushing the CPU right now. So I'm going to probably just go straight up live like this, regular, you know. Are you looking at the screen? Can you even see it? Yeah. So that's what's going to go live. Except I got to get this out of the way. All right, you know what? No, I'm not doing this. I'm going to do this right. I'm going to do this right. Right-ish. So what I'm doing now is setting up so that when I click on this little preview icon on this screen, it will just go. And then I'm also going to set a trigger that says when it transitions in, I want to fade in. No. I want to overlay in position 1. So input overlay 1. And what I want to do is the camera. All right, and then, so I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to say on transition out, I'm going to overlay, I think that would do it too. We're going to find out. Nope, overlay off I want. Overlay out, and add that. So now that means that whenever let me go here, and then if I click on this down here, it's going to go live, and I'm going to be in the corner. So then, and then when I go back here, it'll fade out. That's all I wanted, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see, is the theme going to play? Can I do? I can't hear. Hold on. Every time, every show. Yep. The theme's there. Now I'm hearing I have to mute this. Okay. And we got the music from Google Earth, which is cool. So I think I'm just about ready to do this. But here's what I'm going to do. I've got a title. The titles are things like, hey, where's the... Okay. This is before I did this then, because this isn't going to work then. I have to create still something else. So, you know, sometimes when I do the Bob Doyle show, there's a big title thing over here with the multicolored bars and all that stuff. Now, I've already done one for VR, but I have so many different saved versions of this show, it's insane. So let me just see, VR time here. And now, if I... Now, if you look at the screen, it does this, right? So that's how I'm going to make I'll do it right now. I make thumbnails for shows that I'm going to broadcast, and this is how I do it. I go in here, and I have this screen set up, and there's a little icon I can click right here that'll do a screen grab. So I just, you know, whatever I do. All right, do that, and then I save that in the Bob Doyle Show folders, in the images, as a title overlay. No, not title overlay. This is the actual thumbnail. So I'm just going to say VR time, I guess. All right. So that's the thumbnail that I'll load up to. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. So now I'm going to go to my live dashboard. The actual, now I can't see your comments or whatever's happening over there. I can leave this on. You can't hear that anyway. So now this is where I go and look at the product placement. Hold on, I may as well get the Balanced Living Challenge so you can actually read it, right? Look at this. This is my stack of credibility that I shared the other day. Okay, so now I'm going to replace this thumbnail from the last show I did, which was painfully long ago. Let's see. Nope, I'm still in the wrong directory. Is this tedious? Is this interesting? What is this? What's happening? I'll tell you what it is. It's something I've been wanting to try for a long time anyway, so I did it. I don't even know how much, the battery on the 360 camera is going down. All right, so let's not get stalled out by talking. All right, images, thumbs, and see, you can see, you probably can't see, but it's all the thumbnails I've done. So this was VR time, this one right here. And it will load up. And I'm not going to schedule it, I'm just going to go live with it. Come on now, why isn't it changing? There we go. So there's that, it's in place. And a quick description here, and it will be, let's go to my crib. Oh, this has a double meaning. All right. Let's see, I better also put Google Earth VR. That's good for SEO, right? All right, so I need to change this description down to, and I'll update it later, but take a virtual trip with me to, what do I want to say? A place. There. I'm going to change it after. So anyway, now I've got one. All right, so I think that's saved. So anytime I go live from over here, it's just going to start over here. So what's going to happen is I'll end this one. Look, it took a half an hour. It should never take that long. I don't know what, I'm sorry. But so I guess that's all I need to do, right? I may move this light a little bit so it's not completely blocking the VR base station. I don't think, can you see it? No, you can't see it. But you can see one over here, if you look. That is one, and then there's one on the opposite corner, and that's what's tracking the headset and the controllers and all of that. So doing this is, like, I could never play a real hardcore game because the accuracy is crazy. We got reflective everything, lights, everything's throwing it off. But for something like Google Earth, where the controls are simple and you're just flying around, you can get hung up sometimes. It can be a little tedious and all of that, but it still works. All right, well, I can't see any of your comments now because, of course, as you see, I'm on a completely different page. But I guess I'm going to stop this now, and we'll see how this worked out when I look back and see what the picture quality was. I mean, I know it's not great, but I just wanted to see as a proof of concept of this. Hey, watch me do everything. Boy, oh boy, this CPU thing is making me insane. But I'm going to turn off the Streamlabs layer. The Streamlabs layer, I'll just show you since you're here. If you look over here, it's hard to tell what's going on because it has this big air server thing. Let me send the external signal to it so you can see. So what this is the program that allows me to do the tip jar and all of that stuff. And I know you can't really see detail here, but it's like its own version of Vmix, and it really pretty much is like Vmix, except that when I choose my input sources, one of the input sources is whatever I'm sending through Vmix. So all the stuff that I do in the show, it all comes from here, from Vmix, and then out to this, and then this layer gets put on top of it with the, the tip jar and that. And I see that Sarah surprised me with an 11/11 donation. Thank you, Sarah. I owe you some music. And then all the other stuff that it'll do. But I'm going to close this now and see, because my CPU is up at 98%. So now I'm closing it. We're going to see what happens to the CPU. 84, 70, 80, 84. It should go down a lot more than that. This is going to be see if it's sitting there at 87 or 90 and that's not even running. I don't see even how that's possible. And this is why I made a light version of the show without all the extra stuff in it. But this is insane because as soon as I hit, you know, record and stream over here, this thing's going to be up at 100 again, and I shouldn't have to do that. It should not be that CPU intensive. I'm going to just check something here because I actually found some processes running in the background that I was able to shut down, and maybe they started again or something. So I'm just looking at CPU usage, which is now sitting at 100%, and I haven't even started to do anything. Vmix is taking up most of it. I'm looking for anything else that's screaming memory, or Chrome is using a lot of memory. Let me see if I close this down. Close Chrome completely, what happens? Down to 90, 79, 73, 85, 77, still around 80. I mean, it helped, but not to the extent that I was hoping. Also, the task manager tends to use some, so I'm closing that. 78, 77, 75. There shouldn't be. So I'm going to look at some of the images, videos. I'm going to delete what I can of anything that I see that might be taking up space that I'm not using for this particular broadcast. Like this video of the beach in the background I'm not using, so I can close that. And that helped a little. Well, yeah, now we're down to 68, 70, so I can find any other videos that are running in the background. The dancers I need, the crazy dancing I need. I think I pretty much have done this already and taken out a bunch of stuff. This one, is this, this is a video too, so I'll take that out because I don't need that. See if that does anything. Because if we can get it down around 60 or so, then I shouldn't have a problem. 63, 65, 66. Wow. It doesn't seem like videos should, I mean, because this is broadcast software, my friends. Okay, so, you know, it'd be nice if, since I'm streaming to YouTube, if this fed the comments to me, but it doesn't. Alright, well, I guess that's about as good as I'm going to get right now, unless I'm missing any other videos. I don't think I am. So let me just go back real quick, test this one more time, make sure I'm in the right place. So I'm just going to click over here. That's going to take me there. So I haven't set up a shortcut for for going over there, so I'm just going to click it manually, because most of the time I'm going to be in the corner with this goofy thing on anyway. And I'm not setting up to see comments, because that's another whole thing that I need my phone for, and oh, God, I should. I forgot about that part. Because you know, it's no to be in VR and not see the comments, but the way that I do that, I haven't done that in YouTube before. The way I do it is I have the show up on my phone, and then I mirror the phone's display inside VR with another piece of software, which I forgot to set up over there completely because I wasn't thinking about the comments. So now I'm trying to think, how do I really want to do this? Because I'd have to use my phone, so I'd have to set this up off camera. This little 360 camera is about to die anyway. So if I decide to do that, that'll be something else that I do before I go live here, and that's to set up being able to see comments in VR. That's the one step you would miss, and that involves running a piece of software over there, sending the display through AirPlay of the phone into my computer. It pops up a window, and then I choose, okay, which window on my computer do I want to show up in VR, and where? How do I want to see it? In front of me, to the left, or when I turn over my controller? And that's what I generally do. So if you ever see me flying around in VR and I'm doing this bit, you know, this is how I see your comment. So I guess I am going to set that up, because it's pointless to be in there and not be able to communicate, I think, if I'm going to be live. Otherwise, just make a video. Alright, well, I haven't been able to see your comments in a while, so maybe you're not even there anymore. All right, so just if you've got nothing else better to do with your life, then give me a few minutes, and then I'm going to pop in here and go live, and you'll just see it, and you'll have known the 35-minute ordeal that it was to get this going. All right, I'm going to push stop now.